Question for you. Is it actually possible to turn a kid's coloring book page into a masterpiece? I'm not sure. I don't know. But we're about to find out. So let's go. All right, so we're coloring actually out of a book I published a while back, maybe a few years ago. It's got a lot of pages in here, over 28 pages. Let's get to the page we're gonna be coloring today. All right, let's see. No. Oh, I like that one. We did this one the last video. That's pretty cool. All right, so this is actually the page we're gonna be coloring today. So you can see over here where it has like different colors. Different colors you can select right there. So today it says yellow, red, orange. So actually, I'm gonna do yellow, red, orange, but I like to put some more contrast in my pictures. And when I'm coloring and stuff like that, I don't know why I just chose those colors. Maybe they're suggested to me by somebody else. It's kind of weird. But I'm gonna put a couple other pictures. Colors in this. So let's get going. So guys, before I start coloring a page, first thing I like to do is actually create myself a color key, color guide. As you can see here, I've chosen some colors that I'm going to go ahead and use. Like I said before, the yellow, the orange, the red. I actually added in the blue as well. And if you're wondering what these numbers are, it's actually from the Castle Arts color pencil set. I've got the 120 set. So this is a way that Castle Arts actually helps you organize your colors. I like to see not only the colors next to each other and blend it, but I also like to see what the colors are doing on the surface with the paper, because different materials interact different. So I want to see a little bit better what it's going to look like in its purity. And then so there's a way of seeing what it blends together, what it looks like there. All right, so keeping that in mind, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is lay down some foundational colors. It's nice to actually have some colors separating from the white on the piece, and I decided that I'm actually going to do a glow coming out of the mouth. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and I also like to hold my pencil like this, which keeps it looser. This is kind of a little bit more detailed kind of like way of doing it, if you're going to add details and stuff like that, but I like to keep my pencil in a loose position like this when I'm just laying down foundations. So now that we have the initial yellow here, let's decide on where the glow is going to hit. So the glow is typically going out like this. So whatever's closest is actually going to have a more of a solid of a shine, and it's going to fade as it goes out. So I'm actually going to do the focal point, which is kind of weird, but I'm going to do the focal point to the mouth, to the mouth. I'm going to decide to go right here, because essentially this is a three-dimensional break here, so it goes in this way, so it's going to kind of hit that rim there, and the teeth are definitely going to have a glow, because that's the closest to the actual inside of the mouth, the glow, where the source of the glow is. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and speed this up. After I lay this down, I'll be back with you. Alright, so you can see where I actually laid it in. Now I did a lot of the glow, and you can already see it's kind of like popping. It's like popping off the page, even so, just with one color, which is pretty cool. But as the coloring goes on, I might actually add a little bit more, but you get the gist and get the idea. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and what am I going to do next? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do the orange. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my orange, and we're going to go ahead and just lay in some orange foundation I'm gonna speed this up and be back with you guys in a second. Alright, quick note. So you see how where the yellow and the orange are meeting and it looks kind of harsh? A good way to actually blend and making that the two colors next to each other seem a little bit better. I like to take the lighter color and layer it on top of the darker color here. So the yellow on top of the orange where it meets here. Let's do a little bit yellow there. Hope you guys can see where it blends a little bit better. See how that blends a little bit nicer there. And then see how I'm doing the yellow on top to kind of give it more of a little bit more of a natural, even though this is a very cartoony piece. It's a skull. Blah, look out, guys, run, run, run. No, just kidding, it's on my page. Don't be afraid. If you're really running, I don't know what to tell you. So let's keep coloring. Yeah, coloring's fun, guys. So it's a great thing of therapy here for me. Very therapeutic just to lay colors down in a coloring book. Yay, so much fun. All right, I'm gonna speed this up, guys. Now that the character is fully colored, the next thing we're gonna do is add an amazing background to really make this art piece pop. So let's go. So the first thing we're gonna do, guys, is actually add the lighter gray in this entire page. Now I'm going to start adding the yellow to the outside to kind of mimic this glow. I'm going to try to put this and work as much as I can to the outside, like so. Get a little closer so you can see it. So it kind of gives it a little bit of a glow to the outside, and then we're going to work the gray back in here at some point. So now I'm gonna add some darker on the outside edges here, and then keeping this light. So we're gonna go dark into light, keeping that glow, because the glow is gonna keep this in the lighter area going into dark. So I'm gonna start with the dark and come in. Hey guys, actually, so for a bonus technique, another technique that I like to do is when you have this background, the vignette, let's bring everything in. It still seems like there's a lot of like empty space here, so I'm actually going to put some random texture design to kind of break up the space with this here 089 pencil. It's called Purple Deep by Castle Art Pencils. I'm going to go ahead and add this. The whole time we've been actually using Castle Arts, but I mentioned that before, but I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And then after all the designs are drawn in, I'm going to go ahead and use the same color to actually fill in some of these shapes, so it's not as loose and it gives a more familiar, makes them better. I don't know. Familiarity, I don't know how to say that word. Familiarity, better. With better. All right, so let's do that. Yeah, so I'm really liking how now that I've got all that colored in and stuff like that, I'm really liking the energy of this. It's like pow, pow, pow. It's freaking cool. And also, you can see the direction. You can see it more directing your eye back into the piece, and it's a nice subtle purple, and it's a nice contrast to the orange and the blue. So it brings your eye here, but it doesn't distract you, so you're actually focused right there, and then you go into the here, which is the blue. So it's pretty cool. One more thing I'm going to do, guys, is I'm actually going to darken in some of this to add a little more dynamic, a little more three-dimensionality to it, and then hopefully at that point I can call it a day, and we'll see. Well, there you have it. We actually finished the coloring page. And you know what? I kind of like this one. It came out really good. But the question still remains. Is this really a masterpiece? I mean, I'm still not sure, but let me know what you think in the comments below. And as always, guys, stay creative, my friends.